Hello folks, and welcome back to another episode of Wheels of Mercury. This is the releases I loved for the spring of 2025. So between the months of March and May. Now I normally do 5 to 7 releases for each season and up to 3 Growers and Outliers per season as well. But since these months have had such a insane amount of great releases, I'm going to do something a little differently. I'm going to have brief mentions in between the main albums for other albums as well. So that's how I'm going to do it for at least this segment for the spring of 2025. We are starting off with a deathcore record, believe it or not, with Whitechapel, with their newest album, Hymns and Dissonance. This is a great deathcore record. I had to go back and listen to the 2012 self-titled in order to get into this album proper, because this is not like the melodic progressive deathcore of The Valley or Kin. This is more like the older stuff, but like updated for the modern era of deathcore, like your Lorna Shores, your Shadow of Intent, stuff like that. They do their own take on the whole thing, and it's fantastic. From the first song with the opening lyric of Prisoner 666 to the closing song, Nothing Is Coming for Any of Us, it's just awesome. Some awesome riffs, some awesome breakdowns, and they know when to switch it up for the breakdown and switch it back for the riff. And Phil Bozeman, man, he's an amazing harsh vocalist. He could sing really well on The Valley and Kin, but man, does he slay here on harsh vocals. He's just been in the game for so long, and you know, he's kind of reclaimed his throne, as I would say, as probably the best deathcore vocalist out there. If you're skeptical about deathcore as a genre, as some people are, give this Whitechapel album a chance. You'll be surprised at how good it is, and they have some great guitar solos on there as well as breakdown. Again, if you love deathcore, or even if you're skeptical about deathcore, give this record a chance. It's awesome. So, my first brief mention is of Istop, the Swedish black metal band, with their album Soul Terra Sortna. Now, in the winter of 2025 release of our video, I hinted at talking about this album. So, I'm going to talk about it a little more. So this is a melodic black metal album in the vein of like Dissection or Sacramentum or stuff like that. But with a little bit of power metal cheese in there in the vocals. A little bit of you know what I mean? It had that sort of folk metal, power metal, sort of cheesy Swedish vocals. But it's all great, and it's very catchy. And I'm talking about this right now. I've got the Under Your Calice in my head right now. It's very, very catchy song to open up the album. And it's got some great like harmonies and vocal harmonies, as well as the screams and the blast beats. So it's just a rollicking good time if you're looking for a melodic black metal album that also has shades of power metal. Check this out. Next up is Cradle, a band from Phoenix, Arizona, with their album Alunia. This band is a progressive deathcore slash, I don't know, I call them a prog metal band, but they call themselves death gaze, which I don't agree with, but whatever. Mark from Cradle, who also has a vocal channel called Cardivox Academy, by the way, he is an amazing singer, as well as being an amazing growler too. He almost reminds me of Mikhail Ackerfeld and how good he does on both fronts vocally. It's just an amazing, beautiful, yet brutal album that is just so dynamic and stuff. And I love how the production is very reverb heavy. It really helps with the dreamy sort of feel of the record. The surreality of the record, if you will. And I really love how General Shame, she gets a part on one of the songs there. Nice to see that he's supporting trans female black metal artists like her. Great job, Mark. Next up is a band I never really gave a chance when I was younger because I didn't like the vocals back then. The extreme metal band from Britain, Cradle of Filth, with the screaming of the Valkyries. Oh my goodness, this was such a fun listen. Danny Filth has such an iconic voice that you either love it or you don't. Personally, nowadays, I love how cheesy and campy and just fun it all is, man. The riffs and everything, and songs like To Live Deliciously, the Sea. So fun to listen to, man. It's just such a fun listen. It's like if Corpse Bride, the Tim Burton animated film, was like a black metal album, or something like that. If you've never gotten into Cradle of Filth before, you should check out this album. It's really, really fun. Next up is an album I recently talked about on my channel, Deafheaven, with their album Lonely People with Power. This is such a high watermark for Deafheaven in their career. It's their best album since New Bermuda, in my opinion. You can check out my review for the album near my head if you're watching on tablet or mobile phone or computer. Be sure to give that a watch if you want to check out what I scored the album. Oh my goodness, Wheels, why are you talking about those hipster black metal bands? Oh, Cradle of Filth, Deafheaven, they're not black metal. You should check out some real metal, like Revenge. Did you check out the new album, Revenge? It's awesome. No, I'm not checking out that band. Goodness gracious. How about War Moon Lord? The great Finnish black metal. It's awesome as well. No, I'm not checking out that band either. It's on a sketchy record label. Why would I check him out? Okay, you're hard to please. Oh! The new Titan Blood record. Yeah, Titan Blood. They're great. You love that record? Hey. Dude, pound it. Oh man, that's awesome. You got that right. You got better taste than I thought, Wheels. I'm gonna go outside and tell everybody to listen to the new War Moon Lord record. See ya. Titan Blood from the Visual Abyss, an album that me and Eli can agree on. This band is from Spain, and they play like bestial black metal / war metal / black and death metal. They're a great band. The only thing I don't like about this album, though, is the dog barking interlude on the exact middle of the album. So whenever I listen to the album on streaming, I take that dog barking interlude out. But that interlude is just short. It's like a minute and 10 seconds long, so I mean, just a minute and 10 seconds of the album being bad is pretty much triumph, in my opinion. We'll see if I'll listen to the album down the road because of a dog barking interlude. It might steer me away from the album because this is the second time I'm mentioning this on Wheels of Mercury, but I have kind of an aversion to that sort of sound. And the next brief mention is of Varuva with their album Mar da Deriva. Any Portuguese speakers, tell me down below if I pronounce the band name and the album name right. This is the project of one Mr. Kyle Lemos, who is also with the black metal project Katara, which is more acoustic bass, and Brie, which is more electronic bass. This album sort of combines the two. So it's like atmospheric black metal in Portuguese with smatterings of Brazilian folk music and the bongos and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. So if you like stuff like Mare Cognitum, but you want something different, check this Varuva album out. It's awesome. Dormant Ordeal from Poland with their album Tooth and Nail. This is my death metal album of the year. It's got amazing drumming from Chase Westmoreland of Brand of Sacrifice fame, and it's just got this otherworldly evil atmosphere that reminds me of early Behemoth. And I hate to mention this band, but it reminds me of a death metal version of Magua as well. The lyrics are just about the human condition, man. It's just awesome front to back. I forget what song had this like ambient swell in it and some speech about we wouldn't be as tired as we are right now, but that might be my favorite death metal song of the year. I'm not kidding. It's amazing. So if you're looking for a top tier death metal release, check this out. It's amazing. The second to last brief mention is of the pop metal / alternative rock band Sleep Theory with their album Afterglow. This is a debut album from a Tennessee-based hard rock band. I've been following these guys since I saw them open up for Shinedown in Niagara Falls, Canada. And they were awesome. It was so good. They combined like Breaking Benjamin, Issues, and a little bit of NSYNC and Backstreet Boys in there. They have a song that's literally like an NSYNC ballad, but with guitars. It's just very catchy, and it's very good. It's very well written. And it's a lot about the singer Callum's experience in the military and how he felt being away from home. So, all the best to Sleep Theory on their career. And I hope to see you again live. Hopefully with no more mic troubles like they had with Beartooth when I saw him in Toronto a couple years ago. Next up is the traditional heavy metal album of the year in my opinion. And that is the New York City-based band Tower with Let There Be Dark. The powerhouse vocalist of Sarah Beth Linden is what gives them a leg above a lot of the new wave of traditional heavy metal bands going around today. She is amazing. Her voice is so powerful and so good, man. Special shout out to Jason Tarby of Eternal Champion fame for being the backing vocalist on a couple songs too. That's cool to hear. Yeah, they have some great songs like And I Cry, and I Cry. Oh, so good. Such a good album. If you're looking for some 80s inspired traditional heavy metal from this year, check out Tower. It's awesome, man. And last but not least, before the final brief mention, is Mess Up with The Spin. I have been waiting for this album for quite a while, and this new Mesa album did not disappoint. Sarah sounds amazing on this, and their guitarist is just, his guitar solos are incredible. And they have a tinge of like Sisters of Mercy / Fields of a Nephilim era goth rock to them too. On this album, which they've started to experiment on this album, that it just works so well with the sort of Scarlet Doom, sort of soulful doom metal sound. They're just so good. I've been listening to this album so much over the past couple months, and it's just amazing. It's probably one of my favorite albums of the year, if I say so myself. It's just awesome. Songs like Fire on the Roof, The Dress with that jazz trumpet thing in the middle. Oh my gosh, that might be song of the year for me. I would love for them to come to Canada and for me to see them live. I think I would cry seeing them live. Like, I love Mesa. I'm glad they could overcome the van accident and make something as great as this. Like, this is fantastic. If you haven't heard of Mesa, I would say still check out their album Beats for Water, but after that, check out this. This is phenomenal. And now the last brief mention is of djent, Hellgen Combat. This is just a great death thrash record. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, it's catchy, it's got the riff, it's got the hooks. In my head, I can hear it, to make a mummy fight. It just got such an energy that reminds me of Solstice, the death thrash band from the early 90s, and early Morbid Angel too. So if you like that stuff, like Solstice and all that, check this out. It's a good listen. They've got some great bass lines too that remind me of some of the stuff that the Megadeth bassist did in Rest in Peace. Great death thrash album. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it's a great album nonetheless. Alright, down to the Growers and Outliers section. Vulture, Culturas de Paris Elena. Sorry, my Italian is rusty. But this band is from Sardinia, and they play a style of black metal that had been done before by bands like 1349 and Marduk, but they do it well. And the goat mask on the cover, as I said before, in the winter of 2025, Releases I Loved update is worn by the vocalist when he performs on stage, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's just a well done black metal album with ferocious blast beats and some wicked snarls and a production that isn't as tinny as some raw black metal is. The drum sound is deeper. So yeah, if you want to check out a killer black metal band from Italy that doesn't really reinvent the wheel, but does their own fresh spin on it, lyrically talking about Sardinian occult legends, check out Vorture's new album. It's good. Next up is Serpent Rider with the Icarus Chimera. This band is from Seattle, Washington, USA, and the reason I have it in the Growers and Outliers section is primarily because of their vocalist. Her voice is an acquired taste. It's very soft and smooth and sultry, and that a contrast to guitarist Brandon Corsair, shout out to him, his Veratron influenced guitar line. Yeah, her voice took a bit for me to get used to because I was more into Nick Versamis' vocals on the EP they did back in 2019. Nick Versamis, by the way, does the intro to this album. He does the spoken word intro. It took me a bit to get accustomed to the lead singer of Serpent Rider's voice, the current singer, but once I did, it's great. Like Steel Is the Answer is a good song. There are some other good songs on there too. And Brandon Corsair does a great job at creating memorable guitar riffs, man. He's a great guitarist. Again, shout out to Brandon, man. He runs his Nameless Grave Records label, and he does a great job running that record label. All the best to him, man. Last up is a band I have been waiting to talk about on Wheels of Mercury for a long time, and that is the Australian djent band Circles with their 2022 EP, The Stories We Are Afraid Of, Volume 1. Now, I discovered them on Groove Shark way back in high school, back in like 2012. I discovered them on Groove Shark back when they had the Compass EP. Back in 2011. They had some hype around them as like an alternative to Periphery. And they could never really take off outside of their native Australia. Quite a shame, man. For a while, I wouldn't give their new stuff a chance after their debut album because the lead vocalist, who I was a big fan of, he left the band, and I think either the guitarist or some other guy filled in who has a similar voice. But once I let go of that nostalgia glasses and actually sat down and listened to the Stories We Are Afraid Of EP, holy crap, it is awesome. It is an awesome sort of progressive metalcore EP that you guys should check out, honestly. Circles should get way more attention than they are getting. As a side note, I am seeing Vola live in September, and if they bring Circles as a support act, I think I'll shed a few tears because I have been a Circles fan for a long time, and this EP has so many good songs on it. If you like stuff like Vola, stuff like, I see a little bit of Issues in there, stuff like Voyager too, check out the Circles EP. It's awesome. It's so good. Now that's a wrap for Releases I Love video for the spring of 2025. So I'll hand it over to you guys. What did you guys like from March to May of 2025? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell and do all those things. If you do all those things, thank you so much for helping this channel grow. I really appreciate it. Rock on, guys, and I will see you in the next video.